In these trainings, we've been talking a lot about irresistible offers and we've been talking about selling and all of the things. And we get to remind ourselves that obviously there's this precursor to being able to sell amazing offers. There's this precursor to having an irresistible offer or an irresistible offer suite. And so when we have those things, it doesn't matter if we don't have this. And that is how to become the go-to expert, how to create a brand. And every time you say yes to showing up, you are building your brand. So if you're like, I don't have a brand. Yes, you do. Every time you decide to show up, you are building or laying a brick for that brand. So that's why the things we're going to talk about today are really important to pull people in, to become that client attractor, to really position yourself and knowing these things and being solid in these things to help you continue to, again, attract them, pull them in, magnetize them to you, because we always want to be attracting future raving fans. Okay. And so here are 3 steps, unless while I'm talking something else comes up, but these are 3 steps that I wrote down that I think are really crucial. And there may be some more nuggets in here, but there's at least 3. So we're going to focus on those today. So visibility matters because it's not just about being seen. It's really about being remembered, right? And I love this quote. I actually have a shirt that says this. It's not your client's job to remember who you are. It's your job to show up so much you become unforgettable. How do we do that? Well, we're going to talk about that. But we also get to remember that the expert builds the like, know, and trust. The expert gets chosen first. The expert gets referred often. The expert gets paid more, right? I call that in my world the visible CEO, because as the visible CEO, every part of your business is visible, right? So the first thing we want to do to become the go-to expert is we want to make sure that we have a clear message. Messaging is so important. It's so important. And, I will say this. I love being known for one thing. It has gotten me really far in my business. I've been in business for a really long time because of that. And when we're known for one thing and not everything, it doesn't mean we can't teach other things. It doesn't mean we can't talk about other things, but at the core, that's who we are and what we do. And the other thing I tell clients, because some clients struggle with that one thing because they're very multifaceted, if you can't think of one thing, have one mission. I help women XYZ without XYZ, right? And so if we can't have, I'm known for visibility. I'm known for creating why the word just leave my head. I'm known for creating a movement of visible CEOs, right? That's what I'm known for. And that's evolved. It used to be visibility. It was a visibility queen. And now it's the visible CEOs. And it can evolve. And I hope it does evolve, because the more you grow, the more your brand will grow, the more your brand will evolve, right? Your business can't ever outgrow you. So you get to go first. So by you going first and owning that you're going to see that ripple effect happen. So when we have a clear mission, when we have a clear message, when we have a clear, I'm known for this thing, everyone in our audience starts to know and understand, because we say it all the time, or at least I hope you are. You get to be a broken record on this. You get to talk about it in multifaceted different ways. You get to talk about it. I talk this to my clients about this when I tell my story. I've told my story like I'm bawling. I've told my story and laughing, like poking fun at myself. I've told my story in really short bullet points. I've told my story in long drawn out, like story, the hero's journey kind of way. And so there are multiple ways that we can tell our story. There's multiple ways we can talk about what we are an expert at, right? And it's up to us to remember to do that. It's not our audience's job. It's our job. Number 2, without the clear message, we can't do this, right? Without the being known for one thing or the having that clear mission, is showing up with authority and consistency. This means teaching. This means giving value. This means doing mini masterclass style videos and carousels, kind of like I'm doing right now, right? And have the best repetition strategy. Like have the best repetition strategy, like we were just talking about. Repeat yourself over and over and over. Your audience will not get it one time. I was on the sold out program this morning. We're updating it throughout the year as things come through. And I said to them, like, this is like my favorite piece of content every year that I share. No one's buying. Reality, you've only talked about it 3 times. That's the reality, right? You can't complain no one's buying when you've only talked about it 3 times. They may not even know who you are, because if you're only talking about your offer 3 times, what else are you only talking about 3 times? It's not enough. Okay. There's a lot of noise and you don't want to be part of that noise. You want to be part of that solution. Okay. So teach, share wins, have the best repetition strategy. You want to share your clients' results. They went from here to here. You want to share their transformations. You want to share all about them. You don't have to name them, but talk about, I remember when this client came in my world and she was, or was she? And after working with me for 90 days, she started, what did she do? What did her return on her investment look like? How did she overcome her struggles? What are the 5 steps that you gave her at the beginning and she took action and blew it up? Like, again, whatever that looks like for your business. And so we get to own our social media stage. You have a stage. Any platform can be your stage. Log in, click go live. Log in, upload a video. You get to decide, right? So, and stop shying away from your stage. Own your presence, own who you are, own it, and have conviction and have confidence and believe that you are the one. Now, that was a lot for number 2, but those things all will serve and support you. Okay. And then number 3, make it easy for people to work with you. If we make a complicated buying process, people will not buy. A confused buyer does not buy, right? So we want clear offers, very specific offers too. Like, this offer will take you from here to here. This offer will help you XYZ without XYZ. Like, very clear, specific offers. Stop trying to sell the whole kit and caboodle and sell the specific thing. Help them self-identify. That's what this is for them. Have simple next steps. Do they have to go through a bunch of hoopla to be able to click on a link, right? And, repeat how to work with you over and over and over and over and over. You literally can't talk about it too much. Give value in the same sentence that you say, join us. Help call them out and call them up in your content where you're selling and talking about how easy it is to work with you. Okay, so to recap, let's stop blending in. Let's become unforgettable. Let's get really specific about our expertise. Number 2, show up as a solution, not just more noise, right? And be consistent with that. Please be consistent. Be consistent. The only way you're going to become unforgettable is to be consistent. Repetition strategy. And number 3, make it obvious how people can work with you. Those 3 things, if you were doing those 3 things on repeat multiple times a week, and I would dare say, if you really want it every single day, you're going to see massive changes in your business. You're going to see so much growth. But the thing is, you've got to keep going. You can't give up when the first week is hard, or when the first month is hard, or when the first year is hard. Because there are going to be a lot of hard years, there's going to be a lot of hard months, there's going to be a lot of hard days. You get to decide right now, I'm in this for the long haul. I'm not just in it for, the wins. I'm in it for the journey. I'm not in it for just the milestone. I'm in it for the day-to-day, the suck, the success, all of it, because you're not going to have success without the suck. And if you didn't know that, and I was the one that broke it to you, I apologize, but that's just the truth. So make sure you are focusing on those 3 things every single day, and you will grow the business. And if you have been doing that, there's something you get to refine. I always believe in refining our content, refining our sales strategy, refining our visibility, and find ways to do that. And if you can't do that on your own, find someone who can call you out and call you up on your ish and help you streamline and refine everything that you're doing.